fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a second of two on a Monday night between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway in Southern California. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Play action. It's Herbert. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, a shaky start for both quarterbacks now. We had the interception on the opening drive, and now they throw it right back to him.
So does that mean we're really kind of starting from the beginning, Brandon, right? Both of them have done it, so we kind of start from scratch. Looks to me like both of these defenses have done their homework, and they're executing quite well.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Herbert on 1st down now. Throw left side here, hauled in by the tight end, Ferkser. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there on the catch and run. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here's Herbert. He'll buy some time right. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Turner. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos, nothing.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll look to throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
This is McCaffrey. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Eluding the pressure right. Going deep here for Allen. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant there to make the grab. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is down to a field goal.
Chargers 10, Broncos 7.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
2nd and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He was brought down by Matt Surtain. It's a gain of 4.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Here's Herbert. That's complete to his tight end, Ferkser. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Turner. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Off-play action, Turner. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Flush to his right. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Gets this to Ferkser, the tight end. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. McCaffrey. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Off the play fake. Turner. Hold in here. Caldwell. Able to slither by. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time on the catch and run.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wound up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Fisher. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching, and how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw is Turner. Off the play fake. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And here's Turner from the gun on third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. McManus's point after is good, and that will put them on top here in the third.
14. Chargers 13. Brandon McManus to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A tackle made there by Caden Stearns. 2nd and 8 coming up. Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
and long. It's Herbert. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Turner now, off play action. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Not much there, only a yard. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dive. Operating from the gun, Turner. On the slant, it's Fant. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Second and 10.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watched them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 50 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Herbert now. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down, Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And picked up by the Chargers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it, a costly turnover. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. 4, I'm coming.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Flushed out right. And he's got his big tight end here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now it's Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is Harris. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Fight breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. They'll keep it on the ground. Caldwell. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Broncos are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Chargers 13. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
2-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
56, Mike, 56, right there. Cut 19, cut 19. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Throwing, Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the clock will roll.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Herbert gonna throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go. Mike, hurt. Hey, you remember me? You remember me?
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It got his man complete. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Mike 4. Hey, let's get this. Mike 4. Mike 4. Defense wins championships, baby.
Now Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Herbert. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Mike 56, Mike 56. I don't think you got it, son. Check 3. Hawk 70. Warrior 70.
Herbert to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 10, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again. Well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
They go play action here on 1st down. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So this one will wind up a